ultimate goal is to have this type of frame be common, like a common household frame, because I've never seen anything like it, and I think it's gorgeous. I can't go back to regular framing. I take regular frames and I put them inside my frame. It's just not enough. And I thought to myself, like, I gotta share this with people. Like, I kind of felt bad having some of these things in my house, like these big 5-6 footers. It's like, it changes the energy in the whole room. And I wanted people to see it. And that was a tough part though, because it's vulnerable. You put yourself out there like that, you know, people are not always so kind, but it was worth it. So I'm Val Schaefer. I'm the owner of ValCo Ornate frames. I come from a line of artists, and I never really was an artist. I never would have thought in a million years that this would be something I would do. I found myself looking around my apartment at the time, and I had a couple pieces of canvas, and I wanted to frame them. I go to the frame shops, I go to a couple frame shops, I don't see anything I like. I decided to do it myself. It turned into like a medicine for me. It was at a time where I was going through a lot, and it's just been every day. The way I feel when I'm doing it is amazing. When I put good energy into these things, no matter what's going on in life, if I'm in there doing that, I'm good. I'm in a good place. This is like a side of me that is private. So it's not something that people would necessarily know about me, but I feel like the style of all the things, like these, like the pinks and the purples and the blacks and reds, these are all things that I just are like deeply there's things I've been attracted to. And the whole Victorian era, like that style, I just think it's gorgeous, right? It's like an opportunity to express something in me. What ended up happening is people looked at my body of work and it attracted people that generally like the same kind of art. And I first considered myself, I thought I was a framer, right? So I would ask people what they want, but they really just wanted me to decide. They were like, yeah, do what you do. The primary place I was posting was Instagram. And I didn't think about it at first, about tagging artists or reaching out to artists, because I kind of felt like, like I was just like a hobby. I didn't consider myself an artist, but they started, like, every once in a while, like here and there, they'd reach out to me, or I would tag them in the pictures. And the feedback was amazing. Like, they're like, your work is amazing. Like, here's an artist that's a professional artist whose stuff I can buy in 6 different places online, and they like my work. So that was good. It was a big deal for me. I've had people tell me it's terrible. I've had all kinds of feedback that constructive. Sometimes it's a little bit disrespectful, but it doesn't slow me down. Sometimes it kind of makes me want to dig deeper. I have a mentor, a business mentor, and he's been amazing, right? So he's been a big help in that area too, because he's helped me see the big picture from early on. He's like, if they're talking bad about you, Val, he's like, people are buying your stuff. If someone's talking bad about you, he's like, you're onto something. If they're having a hard time with you because of what you're putting out, you're onto something. Be different. I make these not for what I think other people will like, but I make it based on what I feel. When I see it, when I put these pieces together, it's what I think is gonna look good. Even to this day, if I'm doing a frame that I've already done, first of all, I've never done 2 frames the same. I always change something, right? I always make it a little better. There comes a point where these things start to come together. I got the shell of it lined up, I'm starting to color it all out, I'm layering it together, and then I set the art inside of it. And it's like, I still love that feeling. You can imagine what it's gonna look like, you can do a digital rendering, but you won't know until it's there in front of you. So some of these frames, they're like 16, 19 different sticks of different molding profiles that I have to sand, treat, paint, stain, whatever it may be. So it's a lot of money, and what I find is it's either people that have the money, a higher income, or people that are really into art. So they're willing to invest more than they normally would because of what they see, and it means something to them. I couldn't find out the value of my work. I can't compare what I do to a large manufacturer. There's not many people that do this. From what I can tell, I haven't been able to find anyone that does it the same type of style where there's raw wood. So I felt vulnerable. I felt like on the evil guy on Austin Powers. When they asked me what I want for it, I felt like that guy. I got my pinky against my lip, and I'm saying $1 million. I look like an idiot. I ended up selling a frame project to one of these store fronts, right? I sold it. I sold this like medium-sized frame. I think it was around $900 with the art, and they turned around and sold it for $2,600. I felt taken advantage of, but I thought about it and I said, you know what? That was worth every penny, because now I know the ballpark of what it's worth. Like I said, I thought I was a framer, and then I was introduced to the framing community, and I went to a trade show, and I was so nervous because I'm just some guy just doing this. Like, I'm not anyone special or anything. You know, I ain't been doing this for 20 years, and I'm going to show my work in front of career framers. I was worried that my stuff wasn't going to be good enough. And when I got there, like, it was good. Like, my stuff was good. It was right up there with everyone else, if not better. Getting into that framing community, it made me realize that I'm different. I'm not buying this stuff from a manufacturer already fabricated, and I'm just doing one layer. I couldn't relate to the framing community. Like, I couldn't use their rules. I can't price my stuff the way they price stuff. It's just different. I realized that I need to look further into the artist community, and I need to learn more about the business side of art. Art is different. Art's the kind of thing where someone can pay $1 million for a painting that you would think you might find in a dumpster. That line I came up with it one day. It's like blurring the line between frame and art, making them one and the same. And what that means to me is, when I'm building this frame, I'm building it based on the art, but the art, you know, I can't have the art there. It's, you know, this is a workspace, right? Once I put that art inside of it, it then becomes one. When I take that art out, that frame looks incomplete, and so does that art. Once you've seen it in a frame like that, it doesn't look like it was incomplete when you take it out. It looks like it's missing something. It's not about making it look like it's actually, you know, the frame's actually the art. At some point, you look at this stuff and this is meant to be together, you know? Like, people have said that before too. It was just kind of cool when someone said it to me, because it like reinforced what I was thinking. It's like, that's perfect for that art. You know, there's nothing else that would do that justice. I was like, oh, that's good. That's what I think. Other people are seeing it. That's good.